A fortnight has passed since the infamous day in Cape Town, which left thousands of Australian cricket fans stunned when waking up to see what had occurred overnight in South Africa. Those involved have now been revealed, with Captain Steve Smith, Vice-Captain David Warner and opening batsman Cameron Bancroft, each accepting their respective bans. Members of the Redcliffe District Cricket Club have mixed opinion over the length of the bans, but their collective reaction to the ball tampering incident can be summed up in just one word.
Shocked. At first I had to check whether it was April Fool's Day or not, to be honest. I wasn't too sure. A little bit of disbelief, shock and disbelief really. It was all a bit unreal, not something you really expect, not the everyday sort of happenings amongst the Australian cricket team.
Junior cricket players around the country have been left bewildered and most of all disappointed at the actions of their heroes. Jake Scott is one of these players, and whilst the Redcliffe junior player says his passion for the game of cricket will never die, this incident is something that he will not look back on with great fondness.
It was just disappointed in the players really that's what it had to come to win the test in the end. I'm pretty angry that that's the lengths that they took to win and then not be successful with it. Definitely at a junior level, the boys set the standard out on the international stage, so it's pretty tough to have no one to look up to when they're taking those extremes to cheat. Been pretty embarrassing just walking around, everyone criticising the jersey, so that part's been pretty tough.
Jake believes the punishments that have been handed out are tough but fair, and has admiration for the way the players have conducted themselves publicly in the aftermath of the incident.
I thought Steve Smith and Cameron Bancroft handled themselves pretty well. I mean, they couldn't hold back the emotions. That wearing the baggy green was pretty emotional for them and they didn't want to give that away.
Something that will split public opinion is the debate as to whether the three players should get the chance to play for Australia again when eligible. But Jake believes they should be afforded this opportunity.
Everyone makes mistakes and there's no justification for what their actions were on day 3 at Cape Town, but I mean, they're serving the punishment, they'll seek help and they'll do all they can do to gain the trust of the public again.
Secretary of the club Darren Wheeler has been around the local cricket club scene for almost 10 years now. He says the extent to which junior players look up to professionals should not be underestimated, and that this has set a terrible example.
The juniors really look up to these guys. These guys are held on a big pedestal by kids from under 8s right through to our open division players, our under 18 guys. They idolise them. I know some of our open division guys have looked at the sanction these guys got and they're gutted.
There is no doubt that the landscape of Australian cricket needs to change for the good of grassroots, and Wheeler says in order for this to happen, those embroiled in the controversy need to own up to what they've done and truly express their remorse to the juniors.
It's very important for these guys to, hold themselves fully accountable, and they need to live by a standard. They need to live by a certain code, because the influence will have on these young players. I mean, this is the next generation coming through, and if the kids see what they can get away with now, they're going to carry that into their senior life, and you're just going to have the next generation doing exactly the same thing or worse. They'll be pushing the boundaries to see what they can get away with. I think they need to make them do more over the period of the 12 months and get out into some more regional areas and get a really good spread around the country and spend a lot more time with junior clubs and be upfront and honest with the kids and own up to what they've done in front of the kids themselves and tell them there's a better way of doing things and what they've done was wrong.